And we are on air.
Hi guys, my name is Brianna and today I'm going to be telling you types of professors in college from my first semester. So let's get right into the video. Okay, before we get started, there's a couple things I want to say. This video is going to be mixed with me speaking to you and then little skits. I have never done a skit format video before, so please go easy on me. I tried my best and I just hope it comes out okay. Second of all, if you are one of my teachers from my first semester and you happen to be watching this, or you are some sort of administration from my school or anything like that, this is all just meant to be in fun spirit, all jokes, and I don't mean anyone to get offended by this. If you take offense, just know that I didn't mean it that way and it's just meant to be silly. I did in fact like all of my first semester teachers, so anything in this that shows any sort of negativity about them, it's just made from jokes, and I exaggerated things about the way they acted and stuff for the sake of comedy. So I hope this is funny, but let's get started. Okay, so I gave each type of professor a name, and I'm not going to say their actual name, so I'm just going to tell you what class it was. So the first one I'm calling the weirdo, and it is my stats professor. So this teacher doesn't really teach. They just lecture and expect you to know everything. You'll learn most of the material at home on your own, but this isn't what makes them a weirdo. What makes them a weirdo is what makes the class worth going to at all. Because you just can't help but laugh at the things they say, honestly.
For this example, I want you to pretend you're God. Who can tell me how they'd manipulate the situation?
I would choose a person for first, second, and third place.
How would you choose them?
By random selection.
You're God! Nothing is random.
Now you thought that was weird? Now take a look at some other things they would say.
How tall are you?
5'9".
No, you're wrong.
How can I be wrong? That's my height.
Your height changes. You're not 5'9".
Starting to think this teacher doesn't make sense? Don't worry, we're not done yet.
The chances of me walking outside and getting shot are unlikely. Same goes for getting struck by lightning. However, the chances of me getting into a car accident are very, very likely. Say I do get into a car accident. The chances of me dying are 40%. What are the chances of me surviving?
60%?
10 points extra credit.
And we're still not done. One last example.
Being a murderer is a success. If 20% of people are murderers, what is our chances of success in a random sample?
20%.
Now, being released from prison is a success. The chances of a murderer being released are also 20%. What are our chances of selecting a murderer who is also released from prison in a random sample?
20%.
Wrong. 10 points extra credit to whoever can get it.
So let's move on to the next teacher. The relatable one. Or my oceanography teacher. This is the teacher you could easily mistake as a student. They're always late to class, they use memes in their lectures, and they're never seen without a coffee in hand. The best thing about this teacher is they go easy on you. They cut you some slack. Their class ends up being one of the more easy but engaging classes. It's a class you actually want to go to, and you're sad to say goodbye to it.
Sorry I'm late, I couldn't find any parking.
I know, right? Why is there never any parking?
Yeah, I was driving around just looking for a parking spot. I couldn't find any parking anywhere.
How's your dog doing?
Aw, my baby's doing great. He was being so cute this morning, I almost wanted to cancel class and just stay with him all day.
You should bring him.
I wish I could. Class almost always started like that. I can't remember a day where she wasn't late, but none of us minded. Plus, we loved getting updates on her dog. So adorable. But eventually, class has to start. The next teacher on my list is the Rambler, or my communications teacher. This is the teacher who starts lecture off on topic, but somehow goes off onto a tangent, rambling about one specific example. This teacher then proceeds to complain about how we're always behind. And this is the class where you learn most of the chapters at home on your own and just hope the tests pan out okay. I honestly don't think we ever covered a full chapter. This teacher could be funny, kind, is overall just a great person. Just not the best teacher. Communication is one of the most important things in a work environment. Who would like to share where they work and how it runs? I work at Taco Bell, and Taco Bell? Ooh, I love food. We should all try to be friends with her. Unless there's anything to be worried about? Nope. The food is all good. Good. Who else works with food? I work at Costco. Costco is great. They have the best pastries. Do you ever make the pastries? Yeah, I work in the bakery department. Guys, another person we have to be friends with. I kid you not, a conversation like that would go on for the whole class or most of the class, and we'd never get to the original point we were supposed to be talking about. However, it wasn't always conversations with the class. Sometimes she'd go off on a tangent and rant and ramble about something all on her own. Today's chapter is about how we treat people who are from different places than us. I'm sure you can all agree that we should treat them equally. Well, it doesn't always work like that. Have you heard about what's happening at the border? It's ridiculous. I'm sure you're all old enough to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but keep this all in mind. Now that's definitely crossing the political line. But keep in mind that I didn't show you the whole class. Class usually had way more details in it, and way more complaints about the world, and way more times of us being told to vote. Not only being told to vote, but indirectly being told how and who to vote for. Not exactly the most school academic acceptable way to run a classroom, but I don't know. Okay, we are halfway through the list of teachers, so on to the next one. The newbie, or my library research teacher. This is the teacher that's new to the school. They're not quite sure what they're doing, but they try their best. This class becomes one of your easiest classes. But you don't mind going because the teacher is that nice. Oh, hi Brianna. Oh, hi. How'd you remember my name already? It's literally only the second day. I just want all my students to feel important, so I try to memorize all their names. Aw, that's so sweet. I can honestly not believe this teacher. He always spoke to everyone directly by name and never got it wrong. Not once. He only ever asked us our name on the first day once when he first met us, and never asked again. He just knew after that. After one time, he knew everyone's name. I'm still blown away. The next teacher is the Prankster, my golf teacher. Now, prankster might be too strong of a word, but this is the teacher who just liked to mess around a lot. We didn't have many tests, but when we did, there was always a trick question at the end. When you're done with your test, you could bring it up to me. What is your instructor's name? We call you Coach. You told us to. How am I supposed to know? Whatever, I'm done. Thank you. Is this the last one? Everyone's done? Well, take a look at the top of the test, you guys. It says clearly right here, my name. You could have used that to answer the bonus. That actually happened once, and everyone got so confused because we only ever called him Coach. He told us to call him Coach. Anyways, This next thing that happened actually happened, and it happened to me. This skit is me in it.
Alright guys, in all my years of teaching this golf course, 15 years to be exact, I've never had a student score a hole-in-one on the first day. I used to make a deal with my students. You make a hole-in-one, you can leave, never have to come back, you get a guaranteed A. I don't think I'm gonna make that deal anymore. I mean, no one ever gets a hole-in-one anyways. So, let's get started.
I did it! I did end up getting an A in that class. But really? His first year not making a deal like that. And I get a hole-in-one. That is so frustrating. Now, last but not least is the high school teacher, or my composition teacher. This is a teacher who, despite swearing to be nothing like your high school classes, is exactly like your high school classes. There may not be tests like they were in high school, but everything else is the same. I honestly don't think I learned a single new thing in that class, but all the writing assignments were really engaging and fun, and it made the class worth it.
This class is gonna be nothing like your past classes in high school. I'm gonna be teaching things you need. I'm gonna be preparing you for college.
Wasn't that what high school's all about?
You're gonna be learning things like MLA format, how to make proper paragraphs, how to find good sources, and more.
I literally learned all of this in high school. I ended up really liking that class, but it was definitely filled with high school material. So yeah, that was all 6 of my professors that I had my first semester, and a kind of funny version of what they were all like. I hope you guys enjoyed. I worked really hard on this. And let me know in the comments down below if I should do more videos in this style. But alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.